Hey, what's up, guys? This is Ty from masterkicks.com, and I had a little bit of time this afternoon, so I wanted to do this show for you. The Mocha threes, probably one of my best pickup. That was in 2003. I got mine from James, and at the time I was living in Montgomery County, that's in Maryland. Bought them from that bin that they used to have for like 79.99, and I used to wear that shoes almost every day. So killed the shoe, eventually put it on eBay, sold it. It came out in a Jordan face box. That's what I had at the time. So, I sold them and I wanted a pair. And I've been kind of like waiting for Nike to bring those back again. So finally they decided to bring it back this year. So I was excited. And I wanted to write like a post about how many pairs Nike made. So usually what I do is I try to find the I try to go on Foot Locker to see the release map and everything, and I make some assumption on it. But this time I did it differently, and I'll show you what I did. But before we get into it, let's see the shoe, and then we're gonna go from there. So I'm gonna share my screen, and I'm gonna show you what the shoe looks like. For those who don't know, the Mocha threes. Let's go Nike launch, and then we're gonna look at real quick. These right here, probably one of my best Jordan 3 of all time, man. I love this shoe. I mean, honestly, really love this shoe. Tumble leather, right here. And I just love that on the overlays. I just love the color, that mocha color. It's just one of those shoes that there's no word for me to describe it. It's just a nice looking shoe. So basically this is it. It's coming on the 15th of December. So I wanted to figure out how many pairs were coming out. So what I did was a couple of that was like 2 weeks ago. Actually, wrote this article. Let me see. I wrote this on the first. So that was like almost 12 days ago. So basically, I just created some form of a linear model because I didn't have at the time any information from Nike or from Foot Locker or Foot Action. So I just went ahead and then I realized that in last year in February, actually this year 2018, the Black Cement came out and Nike made about 1 million pairs based on my prediction. You can actually check the article. I wrote that like last year, and then and then the other day, a couple of weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, they came out with a chlorophyll 3, and they made about 310,000, which I made again based on my prediction. So I used those data to create like some kind of a model, and which is linear. So I went from February, which is second month of the year, and then 1 million pairs, and then in November, which is the 11th month of the year, and I came up with 310,000, right? Which I showed you how I did it. So I found a slope, and if you did any algebra in college or high school or whatever, is that the equation to find the slope. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you know how to do it if you've ever done that. If you didn't, don't worry about it. So I found a slope of negative 76,574, and then I found my starting point was the fixed point, which is 1153154. Don't worry about how I got it. That's just, again, I use simple math. All right, and then I came up with the equation for the Jordan 3 produced, which is this. Now, this model, there could be a breakdown somewhere because Nike is never going to make the same amount of shoes every time. So there might be a breakdown, but it kind of gives us a picture. Now, since December is the 12th month of the year, all I got to do is just plug it in and then find my numbers. So I came up with 234,266 pairs. Basically, I said 250,000 pairs were made. Now, that's just based on my prediction, based on the model. Like I said, there could be a breakdown somewhere. So take this with a grain of salt. You can always go back on Foot Action and then check it. Foot Action, there's about 210 Foot Action stores countrywide, like in the United States. So you can just take this number here, 210, and then try to come up with an estimate of number of shoes per store and just multiply it. And you can also go back on Foot Locker and do the same thing. Now, if you look at this, the only House of Hoops are getting it. Like I don't think some select Foot Locker may get it, but for the most part, it's House of Hoops locations, and that's about 370 or 335 for them. So you can also look at this number and come up with a number per store and just do it to multiplication and make some assumption based on how many Foot Lockers getting, about 1/3 of the entire production, and then come up with your own numbers. I'm not going to do that today because I've already did it. I already did it over here. I came up with 250,000 based on the breakdown. on the linear model that I created. So I'm not going to do that again. I'll let you do the rest of it. Now, one other thing that I wanted to add was this. A few months ago, when I was looking at the Mocha, fake pairs were all like were in production. Some dudes were selling the fake pairs, so you want to be very careful. Now, this is the fake one that I found the other day when I was doing it. If you look here, you want to focus on the production date, because look at the back of it. This is the fake one, and this is the authentic, and this is from 2001. So they have the fake one here. Well, you can see that the gap between the overlay and the midsole is like smaller on the authentic pair. Okay, and again, you gotta be very careful. Look at the leather. Like the if you get a pair from like 2001, it's gonna be like yellowing. Like this is like the 2016, and I don't think this one we're making 2016. So it was 2018. So you gotta be very careful. You can just go back on the article and just read it. I just want to warn you guys to be extremely careful, because there are fakes out there, and you can see they use the wrong box and wrong everything. All right. Now the next thing I wanted to talk about is the market value. How much is this shoe worth right now? If you look on eBay, which is probably not the best place to look now because there's so many fakes on there now. It's crazy, man. If you look on eBay, they're going for like 220, anywhere from 220 to like 270. And that's probably like a bigger size. Let me see. That's like okay, 8 sold. We'll see. Okay, 200. All right. You see the bigger sizes. 14 is like 270. 13, 14 are going to be like 270. Now there's a 10 and a half that's sold for 270, and that's on November the 27th. Again, that's too premature. I'm not going to base my prediction on that. But if you go here, most of them are like 279. That's interesting. Let's see. Again, the bigger sizes are going to go for more, right? And again, this is a shoe that a lot of OGs want. So if you were in the game for a minute, you're gonna want to get like one of these, and especially if you got a big footer, you want to pay for yours now, because you don't know how much, if you're gonna be able to get yours from the retailer. So this is going, I would say, like maybe anywhere between 230 and 250 or 220. And if you go on the active listings, we can also do that also, just to see. All right, you see it's right here, 249, 250, 220. 8 to 13. See, this dude is selling for two. Oh, you sold like, wow, man, it's going. So that's the shoe that a lot of people want. First time being retro, so that's gonna happen. Yeah, 240, 250. So they do have some kind of a resale value. Let's go on StockX and see how much they're doing over there. Let's go on StockX real quick and type in Mocha right here. So StockX probably has a cheaper value on there. 227 average selling price, and only 161 pairs sold. It's a shoe that's like, it's lukewarm in the sense that some people just really like it. Some people just hate the shoe. I like the shoe. So I'm not gonna pay 190 for them though. I'm gonna wait to see if I can get them on sale somewhere, because I ain't got that kind of money to be spending. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say today. So I hope this helped you guys out. If you want to make your purchase, if you have any questions, let me know. You can type it in, and I'll be able to help you on that. But I think it's gonna be not too hard to get. If you really want the shoe, you're gonna get it. But on Saturday, man, a lot of shoes are coming out. You got the 12s, you got the Dawn Bakers, you got all kind of stuff. And then you got the semi-frozen Yeezys. That's a lot of shoes, man. People ain't got that kind of money to spend. That's a lot of shoes. You can't keep up with all these sneakers. You gotta pick what you want. So I think the Mocha 3 is probably gonna be. I don't think it's gonna sit like that, but you're gonna be able to get yours. All right. That's all I gotta say today, guys. So take it easy.